Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and we're doing another Sudsy recap. Look, I'm all caught up. I knew if I just had enough time. It's a little more difficult with those soaps that are on, 5 times a week, like Bold and Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless. Well, Bold and Beautiful isn't that difficult because it's only a half an hour. It's just the other three, Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless, and General Hospital, because those are an hour apiece, 5 times a week. And I will say, I am annoyed again. Obama interrupting my soaps with his press conference, but at least he didn't do the whole soap this time. I'm really trying to get rid of these ingrown hairs that are right here. I swear they're working my last nerve. Anyways. Alright, so I'm back, sorry. So, in this week's issue of Soap Opera Digest, they have the best and worst of 2016. Right? Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. Most of the shit that's the worst is Days of Our Lives. And I've said, you've heard me say from the very beginning that Days of Our Lives is my favorite show. But I agree with a lot of stuff. It is a show that is in a lot of help. It's in a state of needing a lot of help. Well, no, let me take that back. It was in a state of needing a lot of help. I see a lot of good signs since the new writing team has taken over that it's going to recover. It's going to get back to the days that we all love, right? So it says here, worst story, Chase raped Sierra. I totally agree with that. Don't think that was necessary. He didn't end up staying on the canvas. Neither did Aiden. That was, and I hate to say this, but like, Sierra is not that likable. And even when she was a little girl, she wasn't that likable too. She was kind of bratty. So I'm not saying anybody deserves to get raped. I'm just saying her being, sympathetic, it just was not working out. So I totally agree with that, 100%. But, now see, here's where I disagree with the magazine, because they say the best kept secret was that Hope killed Stefano. Are you kidding me? Really? So, in addition to Hope and Stefano both knowing that, then she tells Rafe, then Rafe tells Roman, then Andre finds out. I mean, like, it was the most drawn out, ridiculous thing that really wasn't a secret. It should say best non-secret, because it was horrible. That was awful. Like, I really do think they should do something to pay tribute to Joseph Mascolo, who played him, because he's dead now. But the difference is that even if they did something today, it wouldn't air until June, because they shoot so far in advance. They shoot 6 months ahead of time. They're the only soap that does that. All the other soaps are more like 2 weeks in advance. These 6 months. That's ridiculous. Now, granted, it does leave the actors open to do other shows, like Eileen Davidson did. Eileen Davidson better just work, because she was on Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills all at the same time. I mean, she's just making that paper. Good for her. It also allows Wally Kurth, who plays Justin Kiriakis. Sorry. I'm a little tipsy. I've been enjoying this nice Bacardi black rum. It is very good. Anyways, so it allows him to be Ned on General Hospital and Justin on Days. So that's cool. And I will say that I do enjoy a lot of the sharing of the actors, because, back in the day, to be someone on 2 soaps, they had to be on the same network, There was no way in hell that someone that was on Days of Our Lives on NBC was going to be on General Hospital on ABC. No way. But now things have changed, because I think they've realized that they're losing their audience fast, so they needed to do some shit to get people to start watching. So I'm down with that. I think that's totally fine. Okay, so moving on. It says worst couple, Nicole and Deimos on Days. Now, I definitely don't think they're the best couple, but in this case, I don't think that they're the worst. I think the worst is Zendaya and anybody on Bold and Beautiful. Probably Zendaya and Nicole, but I mean, like, they're the worst. They are the worst. Or Brooke and whatever man of the week she's in love with this week. Usually it's Ridge, but no, I would say that whole Zendaya Nicole thing is the absolute worst. I don't cringe when I see Nicole and Deimos on screen or fast forward through their stuff, and I don't fast forward through anything. But if I was ever to, it would be during that whole Zendaya Nicole crap on Bold and the Beautiful. Okay, so it says worst triangle: Sean, Belle, Phillip, Days. Yeah, I would agree with that. I kind of would. It was just kind of a waste. Like, I feel like, because basically what had happened, was Claire came back to town first. Not Claire, Belle came back to town first because she was meeting with Sammy. She was kind of part of Sammy's exit story. So when Sammy left town, she stole all this money from Demera Enterprises, and she decided to give half of it to Belle. So Belle took half the money, and then that's when that just started all kinds of craziness. Oh, I'm going to open up a nightclub for my daughter so she can be a singer. I'm going to buy a record label so she can be a singer. I mean, you know. Meanwhile, she's estranged from her husband, Sean Douglas. So Sean Douglas comes to town. He wants her back. Apparently, she cheated when they were living in New Hampshire, Vermont, wherever the hell they were living. And that's what I would have explored. I would have been like, okay, well, who is this guy she cheated with her teacher, so who is this professor that she got, in the sheets with? You know what I'm saying? But instead, they brought back Phillip, and then they rehashed that same old tired, love triangle, just like they did again with Phillip and Chloe. And this time, though, they had Deimos in it. But still, I mean, people, let's get some new stuff. How about having Chloe run into Lucas, right? Or how about having, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely think that was the worst triangle, though. It was pretty awful. Most rejuvenated family is the Kiriakis. Now, I don't know about the most rejuvenated family, but yeah, I would probably agree with that, because as a whole, we saw Victor, we saw Deimos, we saw Phillip, we saw Brady, we saw Sonny, we saw all these Kiriakis men, and they were all just fighting, and I loved it. I thought it was great. And to all of them, family is first. So I think that's wonderful. I think it's great. And in fact, Deimos Kiriakis carried most of this week's storyline, and because he knows now that Chloe is carrying Nicole's baby, so look out. Although the other half that was carrying the storyline was Marcy Miller as Abigail, who, bitch, is fierce. She can act. She's fierce. I just love her. She's been on for like 2 weeks, and I'm a big fan. So those were basically the two biggest stories this week, right? Okay, so moving on. Worst new character, Summer on Days. Agree 100%, 150%. Summer was the worst. It just didn't make any sense. Why Maggie had this love child that she never wanted to get with, and then even when Summer was trying to build a relationship, Maggie was still being kind of standoffish, which isn't like her. It was very, very weird, and she was very weird. She appeared in Daniel's dreams because Brady got Daniel's heart. I mean, it was just and then she ended up kidnapping Tate and leaving town. Stupid. Get rid of her. I'm over her. She's gone. I mean, it was just, I hate stuff like that just eats up my airspace. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather see someone else get some screen time. And I'm not even saying that my favorites have to have screen time, because that's not true. I mean, like, I love me some Hattie. I would love to see Hattie have screen time. I would not love to see Summer have screen time. I love Kate. I love me some Kate Roberts. I think she's wonderful. But anyways, that's basically how. Oh my God, that's basically how this issue went. But it's very interesting. So if you get the opportunity, you should get this Soap Opera Digest, because I'm going to be talking probably a little bit more about this in the rest of the week. So tomorrow when I do Young and the Restless, I'll be most likely talking about the Soap Opera Digest Best and Worst of 2016 and what I think of that. So anyways, thank you so much for logging on today on Twitter. My name is @AngelBenton. You can also hashtag days to talk Days of Our Lives with me. You can also hashtag YR to talk Young and the Restless. Feel free. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful night. And wubba wubba wubba.